So it seems like Aftermath is still brand new. You know, it's still pretty fresh in my mind. I still enjoy playing it. I feel like there's still a lot of stuff to do with it. But here we are about to talk about some in-game DLC information. It seems like Aftermath really just hasn't been out that long, but that's the vicious cycle of the DLC calendars. As soon as one comes out, you start thinking about the next. But what's going on, guys, in the works? And we're going to be talking about some in-game stuff. And I was actually kind of shocked to see this. And I was browsing the forums. I was looking around in there. I was like, okay, what's the mood of the Battlefield community today? And people seem to be pretty abuzz about the new info that has leaked out about the in-game stuff. And you know, this is on the heels of us getting a premium trailer that's basically going to tease the in-game DLC. That comes out on Friday. So if the world doesn't end on Friday, you can expect an awesome in-game trailer. And I know it seems like we're really just like DLC after DLC after DLC. It seems like as soon as one comes out, we're talking about the next, but I mean, that's just the nature of the beast, guys. But I was actually pretty intrigued on this info. You know, I had seen it on the Italian site, and a lot of sites have actually picked it up. You know, I've even seen it on MP First now. So I think this story does have some legs, and I wanted to make a video on it and just kind of talk about my thoughts on it. So essentially, they're saying that the new map settings of these in-game maps are actually going to be in the jungles. I think the phrase they used was Apocalypse Now style. Now, take that with a grain of salt. This is a rumor. This is not confirmed. We'll find out on Friday if it's really going to be the case, because the trailer on Friday is apparently going to be made with screens from, you know, in-game gameplay. It's not going to be like a pre-rendered trailer. Now, I don't know if that's true as well. That tends to be the case, though, with a lot of the DLC trailers. They tend to have a mix of like 75% in-game stuff where it's often staged gameplay. You know, the guys in DICE are like, okay, I need you to stand over here. I need you to sit there and fire your LMG and not let off the trigger. I'm going to run over and shoot you in the head with my crossbow. Stuff like that. I mean, it's still technically gameplay even though it's set up, and I'd rather see that than like a pre-rendered trailer. And they did a lot of that with the Aftermath trailers. If you noticed, it was just gameplay that seemed pretty staged. So, you know, I'm fine with that because I think it shows off what the DLC is going to play like more. Now, it seems like a lot of people are skeptical of the jungle maps. They're worried that maps like that kind of cater to campers, to snipers just sitting there. Makes it hard to see people, you know, especially with some of the camos now. They're like a bright green, maybe they'll blend into the background. And a lot of people in the forum seemed a little bit nervous about that. I particularly was intrigued by it. I think it sounds awesome, but I do see some concerns there. I know a lot of people were really holding out for snow maps. I don't know why people like snow maps. It seems like you either love snow maps or you absolutely hate them. I tend to be on the hate side because there's a lot of snow maps out there that I just cannot stand. And I just can't really imagine a entire snow map DLC. Maybe one or two maps might be interesting, but you know, it would be cool to see them give us maybe 2 jungle maps, 2 snow maps. That way you please both, you know, both parties. But who knows? I'm still kind of skeptical on this information, but I thought it was worth kind of sharing with you guys. Another interesting part of it, though, which I think a lot of you guys will be intrigued by, was the tagline that said that there is going to be new tools that will change the theater of war. Now, take this very lightly. It could be something as small as the crossbow, or they could just be referring to the motorcycles. I don't know. I'm assuming they're not because they already talked about new vehicles. But at the end of all of this, you know, I was like, okay, tools, that's probably just going to be maybe like a couple small weapons, maybe like a sidearm, something like that. Or maybe something we're just not expecting, you know, like the LVG. That was kind of a surprise launcher they included in the game. So they may do something small like that. But then I'm looking, I'm continuing to read the translation from this website, and I'm like, wait a second, new weapons? Am I reading this right? It actually says new weapons. Now, I've always been on the bandwagon saying, look, we're not getting new weapons, guys. I don't think DICE has any interest in giving us new weapons because they don't really know what to do with new weapons. I mean, it seems like every weapon, you know, there's always like, it would just be a reskin. I guess that's the easiest way to phrase it without getting too overly complicated, because it seems like every fire rate's been done. There's not a whole lot of changes that they could technically make to weapons, so it would just be a reskin. That being said, you know, I like reskins. Give me more weapons, and I think that would be awesome to have more weapons, because we can do more showdowns, we can do more weapon reviews, stuff like that, stuff that we enjoy looking at, because that's one of the awesome things about Battlefield is the weapons all have unique feels. But I'm still kind of skeptical, even though I see this on there and it says that there's going to be, you know, 4 new maps, new assignments, new weapons, and new tools that will change the theater of war. I'm still wondering if we'll actually get a quote weapon pack like we did with close quarters, like we did with Karkan. So I'm really curious to see what this trailer brings on the 21st. Now, as far as jungle maps going, I already said, you know, I think it would be awesome. I really, truly, deep down inside think jungle maps would be cool for Battlefield 3. Do I think they'll come true? Pretty skeptical, because they have not moved out of this area. It seems like they've really focused on the Middle East. They've been pretty adamant that they want to stay within the Middle East. I mean, look at all the maps in the game and you'll see that, yep, they're all in the Middle East. They're all in this said campaign, you know, this theater where this quote fictional war is going on. So I'm interested to see if this actually comes to fruition. I guess we'll know in about 48 to 72 hours here. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about it, and I want to get your guys' opinion on what you think about this rumor. You know, I know a lot of you guys are going to be excited about the fact that maybe we'll get new weapons, because I know people were really bummed that there were no weapons in Armored Kill, there was no weapons in Aftermath, and it's one of the more exciting things about Battlefield 3 are new weapons. So, but one interesting thing I wanted to touch on before we wrapped up is I saw a pretty funny post on Twitter, kind of reflecting back on these new rumors that have been circulating around, and they're like, you know, what habitat does a dinosaur live in? And yes, the answer is a jungle. So maybe, just maybe, we'll get some Jurassic Park themed maps. I think that would be awesome. I know a lot of people think that it would just be a gimmick, but I think it would please a lot of fans. You know, I'd be down for it. Give me a dino mode. I'll play the crap out of that kind of mode. So let me know what you guys think about all this info. I'm going to link both articles, the MP First article, which is in English, and I'm also going to link the original article, which is in Italian. So it might be difficult to read if you don't have Italian, but if you have Chrome, it can actually translate it for you. Go over there, read about these rumors, and let me know what you think about them, because I thought they were pretty interesting, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.